What is your full name?
Stacy Totsky,
Where are you from?
Oak Park, Michigan.
How old were you on September 11th, 2001?
36.
Were you scared of being attacked by terrorists before 9/11? Why or why not?
No, I was not scared of being attacked by terrorists. And why or why not? That is not the world that I live in. I don't live in a world where I fear being hurt.
On the day of the event, how did you find out about the attacks?
I just happened to have the television on, and I saw it through the news coverage, and that's how I found out.
What were your first feelings/emotions when you heard about the attacks?
It was incredulous to me that somebody would want to hurt somebody else to that degree. I really was dumbfounded, as were many people, and it was tragically sad. Tragically sad. I have family that live minutes from the World Trade Center, and I was very worried about them, and it just was, like I said, I was dumbfounded that somebody else would not only think this plan, but also act on it, and many people in this country felt that same way.
How do you feel about the decision to invade Afghanistan and Iraq?
Oh boy, how did I feel about that? I was not surprised. That's what our government wanted to do. Was I happy with that decision? No. I think violence begets violence, and that certainly isn't what we teach in our home, but I do understand the government wanting to do that. They felt they needed to protect our country and send a message to the rest of the world, and I believe they did.
What do you believe is our nation's greatest security threat? Why?
Ooh, what do I believe is our nation's greatest security threat, and why? I think our greatest threat is how we actually treat each other. Since 9/11, I believe there are trust issues amongst the citizens of the United States, and unfortunately it's escalating, and violence is sprouting up all around, and I think we are the greatest threats to ourselves.
Think terrorism can be defeated? Why or why not?
Do I think terrorism can be defeated? I think the only way we can overcome the fear that wraps around so many people is by, this is going to sound very cliched, but just by getting to know our neighbors, learning about them, and that doesn't mean just the neighbors next to us, but the other people that live in other countries. They're exactly like we are. They want the same things we do. And until that happens, until we can really trust one another and love one another, I don't think things are going to change.
How has 9/11 changed you?
9/11 has not changed me. What I believe the changes are, number one, when I fly, the security at the airport is so much tighter, which it needs to be. But some of the changes that I see are people are not as trusting of one another, and honestly, most of the people on this planet are good people, and you can have faith in them, and you can trust them to help you in a crisis. And I always try to be that person that will help out my fellow neighbor, my fellow human being. So I think that more people need to be doing that as well.
How has 9/11 changed our nation or the world?
How has 9/11 changed the nation or the world? 9/11 has changed our nation by bringing about, I think, an uneasiness amongst the general population. We tend to be less tolerant of each other, less patient, less kind, and it's really disturbing. And I see that when there is a world crisis is when we are at our best, when we are willing to really go above and beyond and help each other. And that needs to happen in our home as well, in the United States. That needs to happen more so that the people around the world can see that we are good people too. And I think most people do. So